Ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests, with the support of our strong leaders, our commercial enterprises, and the tireless work of our organizing community, we'd like to introduce you all to our fourth ACP MetroCon. Our theme this year is Solidarity in Sound Communities. Claire and I will be your hosts this evening.
尊敬的各位嘉宾朋友、女士们、先生们以及线上的观众朋友们，大家晚上好。在各位领导和各商贸企业的大力支持下，在论坛组委会的积极的工作一周的情况下，达拉斯美中专业人士协会城市论坛今天在这里圆满闭幕。本次大会的主题呢是团结一致，健全社区。我谨代表协会向在过去一周在线收看我们论坛的各位朋友、企业家和各界朋友表示再一次的感谢。我是今晚的主持人
Clara。We will now be playing the national anthem.
请全体起立，唱国歌。
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs burst in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Clara. Thank you, Benny. Hello, everyone. I think in this room, also thank you, everyone. All the audience are online. Many of you already stay with us in the past whole week and spend time in the 2020 ACP MetroCon. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I hope you are all learning some new ideas from all these speakers. If you feel you get something from the 2020 MetroCon, then I think our efforts are worth it, and we get payback from you, participants, and growing. In 2020 ACP MetroCon will end tonight, but I hope our mission is not end. We hope you will share what you learned and what you have to your friends, to your family, to your colleagues, and the people around you. So founded in 1993, ACP Foundation is a non-profit 501 organization registered in the state of Texas, with more than 1,400 active members in the past 27 years. We are making a strong impact and have gained great reputation for leaderships and professional services in the local community. So this year is online, so we still focus on the technologies and science, education, innovation, entrepreneurship, and community services, investment. Starting the first MetroCon in 2017 every year, the ACP MetroCon has attracted more than 1,000 participants. So in this year, we have featured 2 keynote sessions and 9 symposium sessions before the Thanksgiving. So this year, the theme is unite, and building strong communities. So 2020 has been heavily defined by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has led a global social and economic disruption. I hope everyone will be staying safe and in this year. So then I will be take back the time to our hostess, Ira and Benny. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
谢谢，谢谢会长的精彩的致辞。好，有请 Benny。
Now via video, we'd like to introduce our Congressman, Van Taylor.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's ACP MetroCon award ceremony for 2020. I'm United States Congressman Van Taylor. I proudly represent the 3rd Congressional District of Texas. We are so proud of everything that you have done to help build our community. Here in North Texas, we have a diverse, vibrant, successful, prosperous community, and it's because of groups like yours, ACP, and everything that you have done for so many decades to help build our community. So we're grateful to you. Here in 2020, we've gone through some tough times, but you guys rose to the occasion. You helped find PPE, you've helped take care of those who are less fortunate. So I am very grateful to you, and I want to congratulate all the awards winners tonight. I'm sorry I can't be there with you, but I want to, again, congratulate you and thank you for everything you've done to make our community great. God bless.
那接下来呢，就是安基陈巴能为我们带来的这段视频，我们来看他发来的。
Hello, everyone. This is the State Representative Angie Chen Button. I am so excited to speak to you through this virtual channel for this ACP MetroCon event. Hey, listen, you are all doing a wonderful job. As some of you know that I got re-elected to serve at the Texas House. So when I go back to Austin, one of the top priority is how to revitalize the Texas economy and let us resume the #1 job creation state as before the pandemic came. Well, 2020 sure is a tough year, but we are confident we're gonna overcome this, and the next task, and which is so important, and the ACP all can play a major role, is to have innovation and prepare for the technology in order to resume our economic development for Texas to take our #1 state title. And I believe the MetroCon's conference today will have plenty of opportunities for you to excel. Thank you for inviting me. Hope to see you in person in the next ACP event. Angie Chen Button.
2020的城市论坛虽然和以往不同，但是这一次我们凝聚了更多的力量，这也是我们本次大会的主题：团结一致，健全社区。
Next, we move on to the keynote speaker portion of this conference. We'd like to introduce Ke Liao to introduce Tiffany Tsu, our first keynote speaker.
好，那接下来呢，进入我们今晚的主题演讲环节。和我之前说的一样，今晚的主题演讲和我们比以往的城市论坛有所区别，也是在线上举行。首先呢，让我们有请互惠集团代表、达拉斯代表廖科博士为我们介绍今天的第一位主题演讲嘉宾，有请廖博士。
Thank you, Gloria. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor to introduce our first keynote speaker, Tiffany Tsu. Okay. Tiffany is the founder and CEO for Skyvision Holding, a California corporation. She also represents as the founding shareholder of Royal Business Bank of America, and the only guest speaker for a special column at EETV News America. For the past 20 years, Tiffany has led Skyvision Holding to become one of the most prominent and respected insurance agency with the first invention of the innovative profit-sharing dual platform system in the Chinese American community. Ms. Xu studied finance at the University of California and stepped foot into the financial field right after her graduation. She successfully established a future fund management agency, a commercial bank, and the Skyvision Holding Company. with his own effort. Her entrepreneur experience provided her with profound perception of the entire American financial system, including proficient usage of insurance, trust, bond, stock, and mutual funds, which substantially increase her ability to serve high net worth clients with the most advanced and sophisticated wealth management plan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Tiffany Xu.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to 2020 ACP MetroCon. I'm Tiffany from Sky Vision Holding, the keynote speaker for this session. I am very glad to be here with you tonight, and let us get right to our topic, okay? On the cusp of change, future development of wealth management and financial planning reform for global Chinese. So what do I mean with cusp of change? How financial planning has changed, and what will be some future developments of wealth management? Those are the questions I will be answering today as we go along with the presentation. So let us start it. First, I will talk a little bit about the history of our Chinese immigrants in the United States. So you will get to really grasp the huge changes that happened during the past few decades. Chinese immigrants first flocked to the USA in 1850s with extremely limited resources on hand, and they were recruited as low-skilled laborers. The second wave of massive immigration did not happen until after 1979, when the US and China relations were normalized. This time, they came in with some money on hands, still limited, but aiming to accumulate wealth and earning elite society status. According to data from the US Census Bureau, Chinese immigrants are significantly better educated and more likely to be employed in management positions compared to the overall foreigner and native-born population in USA. However, despite a high level of education, three characteristics dominate their way of wealth accumulation. The first is not diverse investment portfolio, only one or two investing tours. Second, wealth management services were privileged for extraordinary rich, which means majority Chinese immigrants are not access to those vehicles. Third, real estate were the only mainstream financial vehicles they choose. We had almost the largest immigration population, were noteworthy for our high level of achievement education. Yet we were just a bunch of amateurs within the financial industry. It became very clear that significant changes will need to happen. Chinese community will never achieve their American dreams without money power. And wealth management is one of the most attractive sectors within financial services. It is a way that especially addresses the needs of clients with wealth accumulation or protection intentions. It is tailored, processed using the spectrum of financial disciplines available, including investments, legal and estate planning, and retirement planning to manage accrued wealth over time. It tends to have greater wealth prospects, lower capital requirements, a higher return on equity, hence to attract customers with greater financial needs. Then, because of the Chinese immigrants' great impact on the society and their wide awareness of the concept of wealth management, the world of financial planning has embraced significant changes during that period, with demographics and wealth families shifted toward the Chinese American community. During this trend, a third wave, roughly since 2004, includes immigrants who arrive with experience and capital that makes them better positioned than earlier waves of immigrants came to the US. The opportunities were plenty, and the circumstances are ready for those funds to come in. According to McKinsey research, in 2000, the North American wealth management industry totaled 13 trillion in client assets. In the next 10 years, client assets grew approximately 45%, which reached 19 trillion. By 2018, Client assets rose 64% compared to 2010, reached about 30 trillion. Now we are seeing a series of mega trends that are spinning together to completely transform the wealth management industry, including more customization on investment portfolio, much diverse investment tools, living benefits and retirement took over the spotlight, more assets planning outside the US, and more focus on long-term stability, legacy inheritance, unit trusts, and family offices, which I think a lot of people are seeing the trend right now. The most important change is that financial planning has stepped down from the altar. All clientele are entitled to the same investment products and strategies that used to only available to ultra net high net worth, and they have the same access to alternative investments as well as new asset classes beyond the traditional fixed income, equities, and active strategies, all influenced by evolving customer segments, rapid technology advances, and shifting needs. The transformation is no longer occurring over the coming decade. We are in it right now. As leading professional wealth management company within the industry, SkyVision has witnessed the drastic financial behavior changes from simple purchase of single investment tool like real estate or IRA to very complicated estate and tax planning, including multi-asset solution and portfolio management. It is not a matter of convenience or time saving anymore. Those are how we are getting anything done at all. Going forward, the future, we expect the wealth management industry will significantly evolve again, along with younger people will gain more control of more assets. That's a trend, young trend. And second, increasingly in need of new approaches to protection and retirement planning. Third, digital tools will have profound impact on the industry developments. Everything is digital right now. Customer needs are shifting away from risk-based portfolio construction to outcome-based, customization-based planning. Planning needs across multiple dimensions. Last, rising level of services expectation. I want to elaborate a little bit more detail on those 8 trends. First is young trend. New technology. Young people will get more control over more assets. A new generation of investors with expectation and preferences shaped by new technologies by living through some pandemic financial crisis have brought new standards to the industry in terms of how wealth management works. That means as an advisor, you will need to be better prepared for high standards and shift to your point of sale. While as an investor, you will need to start planning right now so you will not be left behind the trend. Next, increasing in the need of new approaches to protection and retirement planning. Protection, we talk about protection. Clients' lives have become more complicated and the investment environment has grown more uncertain. According to Deloitte research, more investors have come to perceive risk as downside rather than just volatility. They focus more on hedging strategies that seek downside protection more than traditional portfolio allocations 10 years ago, okay? That seek to manage risk through diversification. And that creates a need for more devices, more knowledge, and sharpened sense toward the market to provide the perfect safety for one's wealth. Retirement planning. Additionally, healthcare planning after retirement has gradually become one of the most critical issues in the United States. The report released by the US Census Bureau 2019 showed that more than 25% of American adults have reached their retirement age. In addition, in the past 10 years, due to the aging process of baby boomers who were born between the year of 1946 and the year of 1964, the population of people over 65 in the United States have grown rapidly by more than 34% to approximately 54 million. During the same period, the cost of long-term care remains very high. According to the data cited by US Department of Health and Human Services, the median monthly expenditure for family care in 2019 was more than 4,200, and there was 7,500 for nursing care. Oh, yeah, but the wealthiest clients have one primary concern, is whether they will outlive their assets. Many people simply want assurance that they can generate enough income in retirement to continue their current standard of living. More and more clients require access to the suite of saving and investment solutions not just the traditional retirement products like IRA and 401ks. Digital tools will have profound impact on the industry developments, including but not limited to artificial intelligence, advanced analytics, machine learning, and big data processing abilities. Now, it is very difficult for asset management advisors to separate the fact from fiction or to get a clear perspective on what they actually need to different in the new machine age. The application of advanced analytics to specific business problems has started to deliver value for even traditional assets management services, not by replacing human, but by enabling them to make better decisions quickly and constantly. How we could cope with those new reality and utilizing the new automation and complex models to our usage. This is one of the topics we really need guidance on. Customer needs are shifting away from risk-based portfolio construction to outcome-based and customization-based planning. As we mentioned, right now, it is a challenging investment environment characterized by increased level of uncertainty and the rising cost of risk to investors. According to the McKinsey research in 2030, up to 80% of new wealth management clients want to access advice in a data-driven and high-personalized style. By 2030, at least 80% of advisors will offer global-based advice, and about half of clients will actively pursue and track goals. And this goal tracking will include all perspectives among customer investment, protection, education, retirement, and broad wellness needs. One might try to achieve multiple goals, like sustaining a certain lifestyle, buying a second house, paying for children's education, retiring with confidence and ease, funding rising health costs altogether, okay? However, at this point, still not many clients have a dedicated or organized plan in mind. Do you know where to start? Do you understand your needs? Do you have any financial goals to achieve at each step of your life or even after life? Normal people will need advice on how to fund these multiple goals over time, how to make trade-offs between them, and how to use the full strength of your personal balance sheet and manage to the right mix of asset and liability over time. To set a global-based plan to life or make it practical, intuitive, and actionable, one needed to leverage lots of economic techniques and certain industrial knowledge. Planning needs across multiple dimensions, including taxes, legal, insurance, health, banking, and estate. New business model and new competitive patterns all come together to further compound the level of complexity in the wealth management industry. We expect only advisors offer full spectrum of advice and a model for all client segments with a success and to be competitive and economically viable over the long term. It requires not only clients, but agents to know everything, to shift their focus to comprehensive planning beyond just the investment portfolio, to have different sets of skills tailored to specific needs. Next, rising level of service expectation, including seamless online experience, omni-channel support, which also elevates the requirement for us to service providers. Behavior changes and market transformation, fast-paced environment changes were beginning to surface before and now part of rolling it. So much is happening now at once. Among my introduction on above changes, the most repetitive thing you notice will be how many things you need to do, to learn more, to understand more, to know more. We explore and parse the changes and figure out how we can cope with the current financial worlds, regardless of which development emerge, and bring the financial power back to your hand. The answer is very simple: constant learning. It is so crucial to your career and life, even just not to left behind. These are the challenges and opportunities on the horizon. Those who rise to the occasion and study hard to embrace the changes will be in a position to thrive. Eventually, it is your money and it is your life. Additionally, there is another great opportunity or another reason for you to study. According to the research from Deloitte, the advisor population is aging rapidly and are preparing for a significant transition. Within 40% of US financial advisors over the age of 55 years old, the industry is contending with the expectation that approximately 1/3 of this current workforce will retire in the next 10 years. The wealth management industry will need to recruit and train nearly 240,000 advisors just to maintain current service level. That trend is causing two main problems other than shortage of advisors. First, the generation gap make it challenging for some elder advisors to understand and adjust to the need and preference of a younger generation of wealth, resulting in a very weak and old school traditional planning that mostly likely would not match your standards. Second, the younger generation of advisors in exchange have less experience and more shallow knowledge issue, resulting in incapacity or incapability to provide sophisticated and sufficient services. We are currently in a much different world than before, with low interest rate, low inflation rates, low economic growth, but high volatility and high level of financial leverage. More effective training and more professional wealth management programs to allow for managing advisors prospering to adopt new tools and methodologies are in very, very urgent need. We want to introduce, okay, as an industry undergoes all those shifting, we have restored our training program and upgrade our systematic and training session to meet all these challenges. Whether you are a client or an agent, Sky Vision Wealth Management Academy will provide you with the opportunity to receive systematic training at a professional platform and precious chances to level up your earnings and income. We aim to help you success by inspiring you to develop a dynamic plan that could self-monitor, adjust, assist you to reach your goal. We are trying our best to address all the barriers in order to meet this shifting world. Sky Vision Wealth Management Academy is currently hosting almost 8 professional training sessions around the week. Each session is free and open to the general public. The topic will cover insurance, annuities, loans, real estate, legal, taxes, trust, and all areas. We also providing free licensing classes to anyone who wants to pass insurance or loan taxation or real estate license from Monday to Friday. We will guide you through the fundamentals of everything, from the basic terms of customize your own financial planning using high-level techniques, constant follow-ups, and free unlimited repeated study if not passed. And we also teach courses in both Chinese and English languages. It is very most professional and in-depth financial trainings with special focus on portfolio management, suitable for real estate loan professions aiming to increase their business scope or just somebody with financial interest. Everything is online. You can just access all our material on your own time, own pace. Once you're ready, successful computer exams to enjoy a successful life. Please go on our website, okay? It looks like we talk a lot, but why we choose Sky Vision? We are the first and the only profit-sharing dual platform wealth management corporation and a new generation pioneer of agencies in the whole United States. For the past 2 decades, we centered ourselves in the great Los Angeles area, and we have a lot of branches. Especially, we developed an innovative CTW 2.0 office networking covering all 5 continents and 120 cities. At Sky Vision, advanced technology already integrate part of our company. Our upgraded analytical system could deploy advanced artificial intelligence to understand customer needs and risk appetite and project their future investment paths. We talk by the numbers. Our model combines best elements of science and human-based advices, taking into account different needs and willingness to pay across the wealth spectrum. And we also embark a digital journey to utilize data and technology on a more frequent and consistent basis, leverage data, advanced analytics in every aspect of business. This is what we provide, okay? Match what you need. With the help of most experienced in-house financial planners, taxation consultants, investment advisors, and legal professionals. SkyVision are the very first to do everything. We are the first to conduct a lot of CRS-related research and program design in the industry to utilize advanced financial planning methods for asset protection, wealth inheritance, and cross-border tax solutions, to assist in the establishment of overseas family trusts and foundation structures, and to help with wealth, privacy, tax saving needs of high net worth clients. For the past decade, we are dedicated to helping them not only admire and adapt to the financial world here, also deliver the experience they expect in the modern market. We have right now 70,000 agents and clients worldwide, and we try to help fulfill their career and their life goals. At SkyVision, try to summarize, okay? Not only we have a lot of products, bonus package, we have plenty of product choice and fully cover the optimum support, preeminent support around the global and streamlined easy breeze process, revolutionary technology platform, up-to-the-minute financial market information. Number 5, we have informative recurring product and sales training and exclusive industry analysis. We have prominent longevity in the industry and a well-established reputation within the society. We have a young and innovative working environment and a great dedication to the community. Last, American first only profit sharing agency system, build a team that truly belongs to you, okay? Last, we say act, then achieve to advance. This is a time of significant change for the wealth management industry. New forms of investment, new ways to accumulate wealth will continue to emerge. And who refuses to the fashion will get eliminated from the race, while others will strengthen. Only who could strategically evolve with help of the right partner could adapt to those critical shifting academics. This is where we show up in need and help. The foundation of wealth management is personal relationship and concrete knowledge. And our mission is to help elevate your connection to the financial world and advance you in the next level of your life with the help of our trainings, technology, insights, and long-term experience. This is Tiffany from SkyVision. I sincerely appreciate your attention today. If anyone who would like to have more information regarding anything I talked about during the presentation, please do not hesitate to contact and scan the barcode, to contact me. Thank you so much.
好，非常感谢 Tiffany 屏幕来听他30分钟的一个演讲，非常感谢，也再一次谢谢我们的技术人员。那接下来呢，我们要有请陈新芬来给我们介绍今晚的第2位主题演讲嘉宾。新芬呢，也是以同样视频的方式在 online 给我们介绍，有请。
Next, we'll be using Xin Fen Chen to introduce our next keynote speaker, David Liu.
我们把画面切到新芬的画面上。
Thank you, Clara and Bunny. Good evening, everyone. I'm so humbled to introduce our second keynote speaker, David Liu, currently serves as the Vice President of AT&T, in charge of network system automation with over 2,500 people across the world. Since joined AT&T Bell Labs in 1987, he contributes to multi-billions of operation savings and revenue benefits in past 20 years. He won AT&T the CIO 100 Award in 2010. He holds 48 patents. He is active speaker at technical and leadership seminars and conferences throughout the world. You remember, he is our keynote speaker in 2017 when first ACP MetroCon. He delivered open remark at 2016 ACP Middle East Festival. David received numerous industry awards, which like 2015 IEEE Chairman's Award, 2017 CIE Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. He is a very active servant in community. He involved with Spy Asians, AT&T Oasis, AT&T Women and Technologies. He is a current board director of CIE USA DFW chapter. He also actively involved the DFW Asian American Chamber of Commerce. He also serves as a mentor to many individuals and professional mentoring cycles each year. Without further ado, let's welcome our second keynote speaker, AT&T Vice President David Lu.
Good evening. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for your kind introduction, Dr. Xinfen Chan. I am pleased and honored to be here and share some of my thoughts around the theme of United and Build Strong Community tonight. While the thoughts and ideas shared may be controversial or even could be provocative, but it is my sincere hope this will stimulate the necessary thought process for us to think and act for the better tomorrow. All right, from Dr. Chin's intro, you already know quite a bit about me, but let me add a few more items, okay? I am a proud American with Chinese heritage, a proud father of two wonderful young professions, a proud husband, obviously, with a beautiful wife, an active community leader, a faithful Christian, and also I'm a cellist. And I currently serve as Vice President of AT&T, responsible for network systems, analytics, and automation with over 2,500 people across the globe. So tonight, we will start with taking a quick look at the future technology landscape. Then very briefly, we will review the great innovation heritage around us. Then we should deep dive into the most successful innovation model, both the mindset and social structure required to unleash the power of innovation. We will then take a brief look at today's big challenges and opportunities, as well as review American Chinese heritage with American Chinese and their contribution to the great nation. Finally, we will wrap up with a call to action, united to build stronger community and a great America and world for tomorrow. Now let's take a quick look at the future technology landscape. As you can see, if we list all the possible future technology innovations, we won't be able to fit this on a single page. As a matter of fact, we can just talk all night about all the ideas about the future innovations. The green energy, the space technology, virtual reality, smart cities, the smart villages and rural areas, undersea cities, bring in cloud, okay, and driverless cars, and artificial intelligence and analytics. The changes occurring around us are moving at such a velocity that we cannot adapt and believe fast enough. All right, let's keep moving on. Well, let's take a quick look at innovation heritage that impacts to economy and people's lives. The very first thing I would like to point out is the railroad industry revolution occurred during 1838 to 1853. And some of the communication networking industry, the changes occurred during 1995 to 2010. You can simply do a comparison that the railroad transformation actually brought economic growth and impact for 17 times in the simple 15 years. But on a much, much, much larger base, the communication industry brought in the impact more than 40x. Okay, now let's take a look at the technology revolution from the history. See, I listed the 4 periods here tonight. Start with agricultural revolution, that we move from bone, stone tools, and to much more modernized bronze or copper and the iron tools, right? This is the revolution occurred over almost 12,000 years ago. So it took us to get to where we are today, including genetic engineering to improve the crops. Okay, this took us 12,000 years. Then you look at the industrial revolution from 1780 to approximately 1940. And this is all the mushroom of the machinery, including the invention of our telephone and the initial communication network. During that period, it's more than 160 years. From the digital revolution is what we call information revolution. This is from 1950 to present, over last 70 years. Especially then when we look forward for today onward, you will see our new technology is changing so rapidly. Even I was so impressed by Tiffany's keynote when she described to us, even in the financial industry, in helping each of us to manage our wealth, the change, the speed of the change is so rapid. So let's move on to the next, a few of my proud AT&T Belt Lab moments. You can see on this chart AT&T's history of innovation and our DNA in technology development. You can see some of the very famous people that invented some of our household items. Everyone today uses GPS, but did you know that Belt Lab launched the very first communication satellite? All right, and we invented the transistor, then eventually led to Dr. Shane's company TI to develop additional integrated circuit board to the modern semiconductor industry that drives almost everything we use today. And if you look at the laser and all the technology, radar, TV, you on and on, even wireless phones, all those things that in its inception, it's unthinkable today is becomes household goods. And now let's look at what really helped us to deliver such an innovation model. As the speed of innovation accelerated and impact increased over last century, and especially last 2 decades in 21st century, let's take a brief look at the change of the innovation model. All right, now this is my favorite topic, collation and collaboration. You see that it represents by all the wheels is running in the person to the left, to the right, in their brain. And oftentimes our ideas can collide, but oftentimes we can collaborate. And really the model is both collide and innovate together with the type of collaboration. And I will prove to you. Let's go to the next one. And we all know this famous person when you see the picture, Albert Einstein. I love this particular quote. It says, imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. Okay, so imagination, just keep this, we have to keep imagine, okay? And let's look at the next famous quote. This is by Charles Darwin. It is the long history of humankind. There's those who learn to collaborate and improvise most effectively have prevailed. So now you notice he uses the word collaborate. And this is probably the most important difference compared to man and animal, even though we know in the animal world, there are strong collaboration, whether it's for a predator to do hunting or for the animal to be chased, how to protect each other, and sound alarm to escape the predators. So those are even in the animal kingdom, you will find the similar traits and characteristics help them to survive better. All right, now I want to just share one small example. I do the comparison for between AT&T and the industry. We have AT&T Labs, but we also have open source developer community working with our labs developers. We have AT&T Foundries. These are the innovation lab, and we work with industry leaders. We have AT&T employees. We also have academias. This to us, this collaboration model is really successful formula for innovation. Okay, now why we are here tonight, talking about united for a better tomorrow, for a stronger community, because we are facing some very big challenges. Earlier, our representative Angela Button talked about this year. 2020 is a very, very tough year for many people, for many reasons. So today, I want to take you through some big challenges, but also I would like to view those as big opportunities ahead of us. So let's take a quick look at this. All right. This is a very special year. I don't know about you. For me, there is so many change. Our company changed. My community changed. The way we even meet in a church changed to be online. My company changed its CEO. My boss left AT&T. Okay, we have multiple of downsizings. Our business model changed drastically in the workplace. Everyone is going through the global pandemic. We also facing very, very intensified geopolitical conflicts around the world. And in this country, to say the least, and we see the similar trends elsewhere around the world, deep social divides. Ideologism is dividing us. We are so much into it. So what do? I like to present you with a set of numbers. This is the number probably all of you are tired of looking at, okay? However, I would like to really emphasize, we have more than so far counted, 153 million people voted. By the time we are done, we're going to be over 155 million. By the way, for comparison, the highest participation in the 2016 election, we are up by at least, based on the estimate, we're at least up by close to 10 points, 10 percentage points. And we should be all proud of the democracy of United States of America. And this is democracy. This is the best in the world. However, you see our country is pretty much deeply divided. It doesn't matter what the number you believe and what number you support. The important thing is that you see many races are so close to call a winner, and they are very close in the middle. And these two set of numbers, wow. I am proud of the 155 million numbers. I don't know about you. I'm also concerned with the deep divide. We also are dealing with a global pandemic. In US, our number is rapidly approaching 12 million. I won't be surprised. By tonight is over, we will be reaching 12 million test positive. We already saw, as of last night, 253,943 people die confirmed due to this pandemic. Folks, we must win. I am so impressed by this country's willingness to help each other. Later, we will see how Asian American, the American Chinese community reach out in this pandemic, and how we help each other. The people in the first line, the scientists, speed up the research to produce very, very resolveful and impactful vaccine to help to save lives. There are other help on the way. I think we will win. However, we needed to take on our opportunity. What is our best opportunities? Don't look elsewhere and don't look at other people. look at yourself. Our core value, to me, is the best opportunity to be united for a stronger community. So the very first thing, I remember how I came to United States, how I went to school, how I went to work. Hardworking is almost a common characteristic among many of us today, tonight, on this call, in the conference room. Second, we all have our unique talent. Don't be shy away saying, oh, I'm not smart, I'm not talented. No, you are talented. Everyone has a God-given talent. Third is the characteristic about trust, honor, and integrity. They are so important to each of us. Then tonight, I would like to emphasize one of the particular human behavior that is called empathy. Now, we should look at why empathy is so important in driving the future. So let's move on to the human virtues. Okay? The very interesting thing is it starts with empathy and sympathy to the right, then turns outward with an intent to help. With compassion, leaders make the conscious choices to turn emotion into action. So tonight, I won't spend too much time talking about sympathy and compassion. You probably all know, but I like to focusing on empathy. The official dictionary definition, it says, the ability to understand and share, imagine the feeling or thinking of another. But I found this is a simpler definition I would like to share you on the next chart. Empathy to me means the following things, very simply saying it. Seeing with the eyes of another, listening with the ears of another, feeling with the heart of another. So this is a very simple one. Let me repeat this one again. What is empathy? Forget about the dictionary definition. It's really talking about seeing with the eyes of another person, listening with the ears of another person, feeling with the heart of another. Let me use another quote. Some of you may not have much for President Obama. Some of you may love him, okay? I only quote because I found his quote has a very, very good definition of empathy. This quote on the second lower half, it says, empathy is a quality of character that can change the world. I want to call to your attention, there is a famous English saying, and recently I learned, attitude controls your altitude. So we all want to advance in our career. We all want to make more money. We want to all have our wealth to work harder for us. Let me tell you, very important to remember is attitude controls our altitude. Okay, now I would like to share a few more famous quotes I really love. This is by Mother Teresa. None of us, including me, ever do great things. This is a very humble comment by Mother Teresa. But we can all do small things with great love. And together, we can do something wonderful. Isn't that a great quote? Let's look at another role model example. And some of you know, I am cellist. I love Yo-Yo Ma. So this is one of his great accomplishments among many others. He formed a Silk Road ensemble. So what is this Silk Road ensemble? Okay, this Silk Road ensemble brings many different people. Each person shares their unique talent, unique instrument, unique music background, yet they are being placed into one ensemble to play music together. Isn't that a great picture and great vision? All right, let's move on. So here is what I'd like to share with you. We'd like to take a very quick look at a very small sample, I want to emphasize, small sample of the history and heritage of American Chinese community. So let's take a look. I'm very glad that Tiffany talked about earlier cheap labor coming to United States, but all Americans with strong Chinese heritage should feel very, very proud because the first generation Chinese immigrant came here for low labor jobs. They built the transatlantic Pacific Railroad. And we are also extremely, extremely proud of those accomplishments for major scientists that studied in the United States and contribute in significant way. As a matter of fact, many of them that you will recognize as a Nobel laureates. Dr. Yang Zhenying, Li Zhendao, Ding Zhaozhong, you can go on and on. The first female president of the Physics Society in the United States, Dr. Hu Jianxiong, and the super semiconductor, Steve Cho, the president of UC Berkeley, Tian Changling, and then you see the architects, you see the musicians, you see, I can quote the Long Long and others and just pile on, and the politicians too. You look at Eileen Chao, served 2 times cabinet jobs representing Asian American. Isn't that great? But I particularly want to call out one example. The example is the opposite of good collaboration, which is in the middle, you see a Chinese scientist named Chen Xuesen. He studied in UC Berkeley for aerodynamics. He served in US Army as a colonel during the Second World War. He went back to China, offered by the Republic of China, the president position of Shanghai Jiao Tong University. He turned it down, came back to the United States. During the 50s, because of McCarthyism, he was barred from research work and was sent back to China. Guess what he did? He cultivated an entire group of Chinese scientists and developed their modern missile technology. That is opposite of a good collaboration. What might happen, people may suspect or speculate if he would just stay in the United States. Let's go to the next one. All right. I would like to really call to your attention. I saw the video earlier today talking about ACP and its alliance in actions during the pandemic in DFW areas. Okay, you see these pictures. They are really role model for us. Their behavior is exemplary. I cannot be more proud of those that reach their hands out to help the community. This is American with strong Chinese heritage. So now let's come to this. How can we make a difference in this critical juncture of crossroads? All right, so let me quote a few more. Teamwork is the ability to work together toward a common vision, the ability to direct individual accomplishments toward organization's objectives. The important thing I want to point out tonight is the teamwork and common vision. This is by Andrew Carnegie. He gave more than 90+% of his wealth to all the nonprofit organizations, including Carnegie Endowment for Arts and for International Studies, Carnegie Hall in New York City, Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, and on and on. He is a great man of vision and shared his wealth and benefit millions of people after him. Let's look at the next one. All right. If I have think further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants, Isaac Newton. And we all know who Isaac Newton, I don't have to describe him, but he said he can see a little further is because he has other people's shoulder by which he can stand on. Next, this is my favorite, Michael Jordan. He is one of my favorite NBA basketball stars. He is talking about talent wins game, but teamwork and intelligence wins championship. I have a first-hand witness. One time I was in a conference, I heard from the Duke University legendary coach, Coach K. He actually described Michael Jordan when he was the first-time assistant coach for the US Olympic team. And after the practice, he walked over to Coach K, Krzyzewski. He actually asked him to spend 30 minutes to coach him how to do his defensive move. The coach was so touched. He was already a superstar, but he wanted to help his team to win. He knows there is a small part of his weakness he wants to work on. So with that teamwork spirit, we were ending tonight's talk with the call for action. And I would like to really encourage you. That is my secret sauce. Smile, smile, and smile. It is against your environment. Maybe you're facing some adversities, but still you have a big smile. How to smile? First, you needed to dream big. Second, you needed to listen carefully. What are the people around you they're talking about? How they feel and how we fit into this environment. Finding common ground so we can win together. We can foster those common goals. So really, it's smart while you do it. With that, I would like to thank you for tonight. I'm really, really happy to be here. Thank you very much.
从他的 PPT 当中，我想我们通过这样的方式也学到了很多。再一次感谢我们的技术部，感谢 David 录的精彩。那接下来呢，让我们用最热烈的掌声呢，欢迎德州议员 Matt Shaheen 上台发言。
Thank you, David Liu, for the great words and kind quotes. Next, we'd like to bring State Representative Matt Shaheen to say a few words.
Let's welcome.
Well, good evening. I apologize for being late. I've been looking forward to spending just a quick moment with you. And I wanted to congratulate you for your event this evening and really just want to leave you with a couple of comments. One is we are blessed, I think you'll agree, to be in the state of Texas. You know, our nation is going through some difficult challenges, obviously, with our health, fighting the pandemic, the global pandemic, but we're also in the midst of an economic recovery. And the good news is you're in the spot right now of the greatest part of the economic recovery right now. The vast majority of the job recovery is happening not only in the state of Texas, but really in North Texas as well. We're really leading in the economic recovery that's going on in our nation right now. And the reason why I tell you that is because your community, the Chinese community, is playing a very significant role in that. I want you to know how important your community is to North Texas, to the entire state of Texas, as our economy continues to recover, as we continue to gain jobs and opportunities and prosperity. You are fundamental to our recovery, to our Texas economic recovery. Your demographic, your community is one of the fastest growing communities in the state of Texas. I hope you're aware of that. A lot of people think like the Hispanic community, that type of stuff, but it's actually really the area of Asia that's really the fastest growing demographic here in the state of Texas. So your continued involvement in our community is so important, not just professionally, and I know a lot of your focus is professionally, but I hope you will continue your involvement in the community. You have great leaders in city council and school boards. Lily Bao, who's city council in Plano, Heather Wong, who's the Plano ISD, the Plano School Board. That involvement from the Chinese community is so important. And I was happy to endorse both of them and help both of them get elected, all the way up to Governor Greg Abbott endorsed Lily. Republican Governor Greg Abbott knew what a rising star she was. So as you talk about unity and uniting and building a stronger community, I'm glad that you recognize how important you are as we recover from a health perspective, from an economic perspective, And I wish blessings upon each and every one of you. Thank you for giving me a moment to speak with you. I'm really honored to be with you. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
So much, Machine, for the great words. We'd also like to congratulate you for winning the re-election of state representative. So well done. Now we'll be taking a break from all the speakers, and we'll be watching 2 videos. So I'd like to bring your attention to the screens and we'll be watching, firstly, Thinking About You for 365 Days, and the next 1,000 Hand Guanyin.
接下来呢，我们稍作休息，来欣赏2个文艺节目，分别是《想你的365天》和《牵手观音》。
大家好，我叫罗若水，我叫罗若圆，我们是双胞胎姐妹异兔组合，我们在中国用歌声祝愿 ACP 2020城市论坛圆满成功。
春风扬起你我的离别，下雨打湿孤单的屋檐，秋天收到你的明信片，冬雪转眼又是1年，在想你的365天，听你我最爱的那首歌，总是一不小心翻涌微笑的脸，突然我感觉你没走远，怀里有你寄拥的温度，眼里有你微笑和痛苦，心里有你说过的故事，梦里你在回家的路，在想你的365天，读你写来的每句安慰，牵住你我在同一个月，你的能让我能感觉，想你的每一天，你的能让我能感觉到，你的能让我能感觉到。
尊敬的女士们、先生们，大家好，我是石家坪舞蹈学校校长石家坪，很高兴可以有机会在美中专业人士协会1年1度的城市论坛活动，为大家展现我们学校的优秀舞蹈作品。石家坪舞蹈学校成立于2000年，20多年来，学校培养了众多的舞蹈爱好者和优秀的舞蹈演员。今天大家会看到学校众多优秀作品中的一个大型古典舞《牵手观音》。 由我们青少年舞蹈团21位优秀舞者表演，相信大家一定会非常喜欢，也会非常震撼的。最后，我谨代表全校师生预祝2020年美中专业人士协会城市论坛圆满成功，谢谢。
谢，非常感谢今天现场以及线上的所有的重要的贵宾。
Now we'd like to introduce all of our VIPs, both online and here with us today offline. We'd like to thank all of them. First off, we'd like to thank U.S. Congressman Van Taylor, then State Representative Angie Chen-Button, State Representative Matt Shaheen, the City of Frisco, McKinney, Arlington, Addison, Farmers Branch, and Carrollton, Plano, and Allen, and Paul Volcker, City of Richardson.
博研科技副总裁 Miss Grace Du 女士和 Min Kong Tong， Pacific Century Realty 总裁 Mr. Alfred Go 先生，美国互惠财富集团 SkyVision Founder、CEO 代表及达拉斯代表 Mrs. Tiffany 徐和廖科博士，美中商会代表及会长 Mr. Tom Tong。
We'd like to thank Paul Volcker, City of Richardson, Lightning and Biotech CEO, Science Tree Inc. former founder and president, Dr. Jensen Wang, DFW CIA IT CIA President, DFW CIA IT President, AACC, OCA, and Marco Polo.
以及我们感谢上海交通大学校友会林飞跃先生、浙江大学校友会涂徐勇、哈工大校友会泰苏、武汉大学校友会会长李国民博士、川渝同乡会会长万征、东北同乡会会长董彦欧先生、广东同乡会会长莫景强先生、江西同乡会会长鲁强先生、湖南同乡会会长张静女士、美国北德州河南商会及同乡会会长朱连章、达拉斯中华书法协会 Nancy 雷利以及天利文化基金会主席洪天乐女士，再一次欢迎大家。
Now we will be playing a special video.
接下来呢，我们播放赞助也以及感谢我们所有的赞助商。我们接下来播放赞助商广告。再一次感谢我们所有的赞助商。我们今年呢是我们城市论坛的第4届，我们能举办到现在，今天也绝对是离不开各位的支持。再一次感谢你们。那接下来呢，我们进入会长奖的颁奖环节。首先呢，我们来颁发终身成就奖。我们首先要有请2017年的 ACP 会长孟宇来介绍终身成就奖的得主。
Now please welcome Meng Yu to introduce the Lifetime Achievement Award to Dr. Jensen Wang.
有请孟宇博士。
Good evening. Tonight, I have the privilege to introduce our ACP Lifetime Achievement Award, Dr. Jensen Wang. Dr. Wang graduated from Nanjing University of Technology in 1982 with honors. And in 1983, he came to study chemistry at the University of Texas in Arlington. He soon became a renowned chemist due to his distinguished contribution in organic synthesis. Through his studies, he discovered a research direction with huge industry potential, the application of functional thin films to smart glass technology. He started his own business in 1992. Nowadays, Dr. Wang holds all technological IP in this sector and has $100 billion market impact. Recently, he was awarded the 2018 New Product Innovation Award from Frost & Sullivan, which specializes in recognizing industry leaders. Apart from his professional accomplishment, he has dedicated an incredible amount of his resources to support community organizations. He has sponsored ACP Foundation for the past 20 years. His passion and dedication inspire ACP and exemplary excellence in our community. Without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Wang to the stage to present him the ACP Lifetime Achievement Award.
恭喜王建生博士，请您上台领奖。
My great honor to receive this award. Thank you, ACP. 我希望这个城市论坛呢办得越来越好。我到达拉斯来30多年，84年是第一个自费研究生在 UTA。这么多年来，我走了一条这个。 现在这个大家都很关心的这个创业之路，今天下午我的演讲分享了这个过程。我自己的一个最重要的一个感受是什么？就是每一个人啊，你都有长处也有短处，但是呢，也要把自己的长处贡献出来，让这个世界呢更加美好。就像这个上面这个 ，Yes。 You light and build the great.
谢谢王建生博士啊，我们也会把您的话谨记在心。那我们也同时呢邀请我们的颁奖嘉宾 ACP 的副会长王芳、李刚以及袁杰上台为他颁奖。 好，我们往舞台前面一点。啊，技术部给我们一点音乐，谢谢。啊，往舞台的右侧一点，往舞台右侧一点。Dr. 孟博士啊，往这边一点，往舞台这边。好。好，再一次恭喜王博士，好，谢谢。 好，接下来呢，我们要颁发社区突出贡献奖，冠名赞助商，我们颁发给我们的今年的冠名赞助商，也请我们的达拉斯代表廖科博士上台颁奖。
Next, we'd like to introduce Chiang Gan to introduce the Outstanding Community Service Award.
有请颁奖嘉宾干强为他颁奖。
先呢，我非常感谢站在我旁边的廖科博士呢，他是来自于互惠财富集团。互惠财富集团呢是今年我们 ACP 城市论坛的独家赞助商。没有他们，就是除了独家冠名赞助商以外，还有其他的赞助商也都支持了我们这个今年的城市论坛。但是呢，我们非常感谢他们独家赞助商对我们的这个大力的支持。也使得我们今年的这个所有的这个各项的活动啊，各项的花费呢，都能够在这个赞助的这个他们赞助的这个钱里边，我们非常感谢他们。此外呢，很多人会问我们为什么要选择加州的一个这个公司来赞助我们呢？首先呢，就是互惠财富呢，它实际上已经经过了多年的这个在加州的这个赢得了当地的很多口碑。此外呢，他们的那个理念也是跟我们是一样的，就是他们愿意能够服务社区，他们将挣到的这个所有的这个钱，能够用来反馈这个社区，特别是你刚才那个 Tiffany 许已经介绍，他们有这个学校，不断的培养他们的新的人，也是这样回馈了这样广大的社区，对我非常感谢他们，谢谢那个大家。
好，再一次谢谢我们的冠名赞助商，感谢你对我们本次论坛的大力支持，也邀请我们的副会长袁杰、李刚上台为他颁奖。好，请合影留念。好，谢谢各位，请台下就坐。
谢谢。
Next, we have a couple awards to give that are grouped by platinum, gold, and silver. Starting off with the platinum tier, we have TIASI and AM.
好，首先呢，我们来颁发社区服务奖。社区服务奖我们颁发给湖北同乡会、武汉大学、DFW Care、IT 协会、美中商会以及 ACP Foundation。我们有请以下我念到名字的代表上台颁奖。有请颁奖嘉宾干强、王芳、李刚以及袁杰上台为他们颁奖。
下来。
浩然，请播放我们的颁奖音乐。我们的社区服务奖获奖的代表呢，也是在我们之前的抗疫过程当中呢，为我们付出了非常多，每一天去给我们运送口罩、打包，在社区的服务当中表现突出。我们在此呢，也对他们表示衷心的感谢。
武汉大学。
好，我们大家稍微紧一点点，我们稍微往舞台中间稍微靠紧一点点。好，谢谢。 我相信口罩挡不住我们美丽的微笑，一定要把你们最美的一面表现出来。好，再一次感谢你们，谢谢，请台下就坐。好，我想请我们 DFW Care 的负责人留步，请 David 留步，请 David 留步。好 ，David， 你可以简单的给我们介绍一下 DFW Care 吗？DFW Care 是在我们这一次抗疫过程当中为我们付出了非常多的 ，David 会做一个简单的介绍。
大家好，我叫严光是前任会长哈。我想分一点谈，就是给大家介绍一下，这是我们那个上半年整个 DFW 的抗疫活动。除了 ACP 美中商会，还有 DFW CIA， 还有武汉大学校友会，还有湖北同乡会组织的上半场的抗疫活动，还有更重要的我们下半场的跟我们并肩战斗的有一个组织叫做 DFW Care， 他今天的代表就是这两位一个叫Grace王，一个叫高瓦纳斯米。OK， 他们呢代表他们这个组织，他们下半场他们总共征集了23万大概5000这么多资金，而且呢几乎涵盖所有的需要这个 PPE 的 organization， 所以我在这个地方祝贺他们在这次为我们社区做出了重大贡献。
好，再一次感谢你们，谢谢，请台下休息。
Thank you very much. Now we will be giving out the awards that I mentioned earlier that were the group by Platinum, Gold, and Silver. Starting off with Platinum, we have TIA, SI, AM, SAG, and Liu Yan.
接下来呢，我们颁发社区贡献奖白金奖，德州仪器 AYSI、AMSAG 以及刘艳女士，有请颁奖嘉宾会长、副会长袁杰、李刚、王芳为他们颁奖。好，再一次谢谢我们的社区服务特别贡献奖德州仪器 AYSI、AMSAG 以及刘艳女士，再一次感谢你们。谢谢我们的颁奖嘉宾。好，台下休息。好，请从台的左边下。
Next, we'd like to introduce the gold tier. Beyond Soft, Grace Du, Menkang Tong, Catholic Bank, BB&T, Mi Miao.
接下来呢，我们颁发特殊贡献奖金奖 ，Beyond Soft, Grace Du, Menkang Tong, Catholic Bank, BB&T, Mi Miao，请你们上台领奖。有请颁奖嘉宾ACP 会长干强、副会长李刚、王芳、袁杰上台为他们颁奖。再一次感谢 Beyond Soft 对我们 ACP 的大力支持，感谢 Casey Bank， 感谢 BB&T 每秒，感谢你们的大力支持。好，请你们往舞台前面走一点点啊！好，谢谢。 好，再一次感谢，请台下就座。
Next up, we've got to introduce the silver tier, Alfred Go, Jet Li, and Steve Chen.
接下来呢，我们来颁发社区特别贡献奖的银奖得主 Mr. Alfred Go 先生、李青松先生以及陈萌先生。李青松先生和陈萌先生现在在线上，所以我们有请 Mr. Alfred Go Pacific Century Realty 总裁。我们有请颁奖嘉宾 ACP 会长干强、副会长袁杰、李刚、王芳为他颁奖。Alfred Go 先生也是我们本次的主题演讲嘉宾，也再一次感谢他对我们本次论坛的大力支持。好，谢谢您，谢谢，请台下休息。
Next, we'd like to give the Special Community Award to Dr. Dongnong Xia.
接下来呢，我们要颁发的是疫情特殊贡献奖，我们来恭喜夏东兰博士。他现在也是身兼多职，今天晚上也是我们的摄影师啊，还有 Tracy 徐，还有 Dr. Wei Tang， 还有 Dr. Yu Zhao， 请各位上台颁奖。同样，我们有请我们的颁奖嘉宾 ACP 会长干强、副会长袁杰、李刚、王芳为他们颁奖。有请 ACP 会长袁杰、李刚、王芳为他们颁奖。我们本次的论坛的主题呢是 Unite and Build Strong Communities， 所以还有我们的和田博士，请您上台颁奖。还有许田和博士，是的。我们本次城市论坛的主题呢是 Unite and Build Strong Communities， 我们希望我们能够团结一致，壮大我们的社区。好，许天和博士也，对，我们现在颁发的是疫情特殊贡献奖。好，我们来看镜头。好，还有我们王俊杰，请您上台。好，我们现在颁发的呢是疫情特殊贡献奖。我们同样呢感谢所有的在疫情期间为我们做出特殊贡献的你们。好，我们把目光给摄像师，让他留下。好，再一次感谢你们的贡献和付出，谢谢你们的支持，请台下休息。
Next, we'll be playing a special video. Please direct your attention to the screen. We'll be playing a special video.
接下来呢，我们稍作休息，我们为大家准备了2个节目，分别是来自 UNT 的民乐团的龙船调以及神州合唱团为我们带来的歌曲《时间都去哪儿了》。
Hello, my name is Stacy and I sing Long Tian Jiao.
Hello, my name is Danny Van Ort and I play the Mu Yu.
My name is Miguel and I play the Da Ruan.
Hello, my name is Lexi and I play the Ron.
This is Alex Strader, and I'm the Sheng player in this video.
Hello, my name is Manzar Alahi, and I play the Ron in the UNT Chinese Ensemble.
Hi, my name is Steven, and I play the Erhu.
Hello, I'm Mei Yuxin, the director of UNT Chinese Ensemble. 大家好，我是北德克萨斯大学中乐团的艺术指导梅雨欣。我预祝 ACP Foundation 城市论坛圆满成功。Best wishes for a successful and fruitful conference. Thank you.
giving out the YAE Award. Before that, we would like to give an award to the YAE Chair, Wu Jun.
接下来呢，我们要颁发青少年奖。那在颁发青少年奖之前呢，我们首先来颁发青少年评委会主席奖，有请 ACP 会长干强、副会长袁杰、李刚、王芳为莫娟颁奖。有请。请浩然播放颁奖音乐。
Of ACPYAE 2020. ACPYAE is an intense competition that has supported and will keep supporting the youth generation who demonstrate the excellence in contribution, communication, innovation, and vision. ACPYAE, each applicant with ACPYAE was evaluated by committee members and the judge chair, Eddie, and the two additional native speakers. They have done tremendous work to get it done. Narrowing down the exceptional pool and selecting the award are quite challenging. So now, okay, the most exciting moment is coming. It's time to announce the recipients of ACPYAE. The winners of ACPYAE 2020 in the category of STEM are Charles Hou, Austin Liu, Kevin Xu. The winners of ACPYAE 2020 in the category of arts are Derek Yi and Kelly Hu. The winners of ACPYAE 2020 in the category of sports is Kelly Zhao. Please welcome those winners to the stage. Please come to the stage. 6 winners come to the stage.
好，恭喜青少年获奖者的青少年们，有请你们上台颁奖。那有请我们的颁奖嘉宾廖科博士以及刘健博士以及 AlphaGo 先生为青少年颁奖。come here.好，请浩然播放颁奖音乐。好，有请我们的颁奖嘉宾和我们的 YAE 获奖者合影留念。好，请同学们稍微站得紧一点。啊，好，谢谢，谢谢，谢谢。也有请我们的副会长袁杰、李刚、王芳上台合影留念。 好，再一次恭喜我们的获奖的青少年。好，也有请我们的副会长袁杰、王芳、李刚上台，和我们的青少年合影。再一次恭喜你们，好，谢谢，请台下休息。那我们接下来有请莫娟来为我们介绍。
Yeah, the winners of the ACP YAE 2020 in the category of community service and leadership are Anthony Zhou, Daisy Gan, Melody Hu, Amy Wang, Audrey He, and Isabella Ma. Please welcome to the stage.
再一次感谢我们的颁奖嘉宾以及我们的获奖青少年。好，我们整体往前一点。好，再一次恭喜你们。好，谢谢我们的颁奖嘉宾，谢谢，请台下休息。
Now we'd like to welcome the ACP co-president Jenny Yuan to give our closing remarks.
接下来呢，我们要邀请我们的 ACP 副会长袁杰来为我们做大会总结。那袁杰呢，也是在我们大会主席做总结之前呢，我们也要同样有请我们的 YAE 代表YAE 的代表来发表获奖感言。Let's welcome Charles first. Okay.
Hello. All right. Hi, everyone. Very good. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Charles Ho, and I was a recent YAE Young Achiever Award winner in the STEM category. I would first like to thank everyone from the YAE committee, to all of the family members here and all of the peers, and all of my peers here as well. I'm incredibly humbled to achieve this award along with everyone else, and I'm so amazed at all the talent that surrounds me in this room. Now I'd like to go into a little bit about my journey as a STEM and my journey in achieving what I've done here today. I first saw my sister walk up to the stage and win this award a couple years ago. And me and my sister, we are pretty competitive and sometimes we do fight. But her winning this award a while ago inspired me to make change in my community. And I decided to make change in my community through STEM. Ever since a young age, I've been deeply involved in science fair and other activities, competing since first grade by deciding how to make an egg float in salt water. However, my STEM journey hasn't always been so clear-cut. In fact, in middle school, I often felt like I wasn't going to go anywhere with STEM because everyone around me had high-tech laboratories and professors working with them to do amazing projects, while I didn't have that many resources at my hand. But I fought this adversity by going through a lot of strenuous activities and making my own experiments at home. In fact, in 8th grade, I conducted an experiment in my kitchen for building my own battery and using graphene nanoplatelets to try and improve the efficiency of this battery, which helped me get to a lot of places, including Washington, D.C. in 2019 for the American Junior Academy of Science. With my experience in STEM, I would like to share with everyone else that take every challenge you see as an opportunity. Even if you may not have the resources and capabilities of others, there's always going to be a chance for you to succeed no matter what. Also, community service is incredibly important. I've taken my STEM journey to start an organization with a lot of my friends called the Association for Youth Scientists and Innovators, where we host mentorship services for students who wish to pursue science fair. Now, this summer, we hosted a summer camp of several hundred students to teach them computer science. And I was really surprised that a lot of people came, because I expected a lot of young students to just spend all of their time just playing video games at home. But the large turnout at this summer camp inspired me, not only showing the extent of STEM and its impact in our community, but also that curiosity is unmatched, and there's always an outlet for creativity in STEM or in art or any other field. Once again, I'd like to thank YAE and everyone here, and have a great rest of your evening.
谢谢 Chris Charles Ho。
Good evening to all. My name is Daisy Gan, just a tired sophomore striding to overcome this hectic year. I have been through a lot of stressful tests and even more stressful days, as I'm sure most of you have come to as well. The world saw a toilet paper shortage, witnessed the economy's fall, and struggled to accept that online is the new normal. However, it is already November 21st and close to the end. And so hopefully, I hope 2021 will be a fresh start for not only students, but for everyone else. I am up here today as a grateful winner of the ACP Youth Award of Excellence. I worked hard to get to where I am now, and that is standing before you all and presenting this speech. This year, I was awarded in the Leadership and Community Service category, two very important subjects in my life right now. Starting all the way back in elementary school, my family and I would help across the neighborhood. Being able to see the faces of people light up as they saw our hard work pay off was really inspiring and just a reward itself. I would lunge at the opportunity to help others out, whether it was simple work as filing paper or making food. My friends and acquaintances would describe me as trustworthy and reliable. They would come to me with questions about school, and I would do my best to provide a worthy answer. I've strived to be a fair leader, listening to others' ideas and thoughts before acting upon a rash decision. I have strived to be a dedicated leader, making sure what I promise is delivered on time. And I have strived to be an upbeat leader, trying to ensure my group is comfortable and relaxed. A happier team is worth the effort. And like any successful person, I have great help along the way. I would love to use this time to express my gratitude towards those who have not only fully supported me, but also believed in my actions. Those people have seen my work and still have yet to put me down. I am not sure what I'm doing right for these wonderful patrons to stick next to me, but I'll keep doing it. First off, I would like to thank the board and team behind the ACP Foundation. Thank you for hosting such a lovely MetroCon. The schedule went smoothly and on time. The guests were entertained and enlightened, and the speakers were intriguing and talented. Thank you for inviting me to celebrate and giving me the chance to be on stage here tonight. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting youth like me with the YAE award system. You've provided me a time to showcase my skills and demonstrate my abilities. When I heard about the good news about winning this award, I was ecstatic. I was able to feel pride in my efforts and good work. I definitely keep continuing to serve our communities. A cheers to ACP and all of its dedication. I wish you many years of good fortune to come. Next, I would like to thank my parents for rooting me on ever since I could walk and talk. My parents are a big part of the reason why I love doing what I do, serving others in need. My mom and dad have volunteered at many community events and dedicated a lot of time towards their services. Without both of them, I would not be able to be the same person I am right now, and I would not be able to get as far as I have come today. They have presented me with many, many great opportunities and have become true role models for me. I love them so much. They have always been my cheerleaders and would continue to be my number one till the end. My younger sister, on the other hand, what can I say? I thank you for being you. That's all I have. Finally, I'd like to thank my friends, who, although may not be here in person, will remain here in spirit. I thank all of them for helping me get through a rough day by making me smile. I have seen an incredible amount of cute animal videos to raise my spirits. I also thank them for putting up with my wild thoughts. Sometimes my brain rambles on and nothing makes any sense. But they still listen to my little rants and sometimes even come up with reasonable solutions to the problem. I thank them for brightening up my day. Even though they cannot hear this, I cherish each and every one of them deeply. And now I thank you for your time. I hope everyone has had a lovely evening.
Thank both of you YAE nominees for giving great speeches. Now, we'd like to introduce Co-President of ACP, Jenny Yuan, to give our closing remarks.
接下来呢，我们有请 ACP 副会长袁杰为我们做总结性的发言。有请袁杰。
Good evening, our dear guests who came to join us in person tonight, and to all the audience, sponsors, and our friends are watching us the event through the webinar and live broadcasting. Thank you all to attend our most important event tonight. And I'm Jenny Yuan, serving the ACP organization as Executive Vice President this year. Today, I'm very delighted to be called upon to give the closing remarks on behalf of our chairwoman of this year's conference, Li Yaoliu, who is absent due to family emergency. And let's keep her family in our prayer and hope everything goes well as soon as possible. As the year 2020 nears the end, so does our events of MetroCon of 2020. With so much special memory in mind, we will certainly remember this year for the years to come. With so many challenges to overcome, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has been a part of making each event happen with their dedication, enthusiasm, devotion, and vigilance under the critical circumstances. It is a testament of what we can achieve together when we work along each other. United, we can build a strong community. It was a divine experience to listen, encapsulate, and learn from all the amazing speakers. With this knowledge, we can act and impact our local communities, help everyone to build a better future. Thank you to our honored guests, who are the top experts and recognized personalities in their industry, provided us insight to what goes beyond our screens and with their wealth of knowledge. With over 1,000 viewers throughout the events of this week, we have so many great presentations on the topics of legal, investments, technology, healthcare, education and youth robotics, community service, corporate development, and strategy. Our deep appreciation goes to all the performers who, with their talents, made each performance a wonderful and memorable experience. And I must find another word for thank you to express our joy of having 10 local municipality mayors and their city council for recognizing and issuing official proclamations for this 21st day of November, the Association of Chinese Professionals Day. Let's not forget our upcoming talents of young adults who once again shined during their YAE Awards ceremony, and are the future with the bright minds and fresh ideas who stand on the shoulders of others to help to build a stronger community tomorrow. Tonight, I'm humbled to have this opportunity and give my warm, kind gratitude to every ACP member. With their trust, they have given me a golden opportunity to be the conference chair for this wonderful event. I would also like to thank the whole team behind ACP, all the helpful volunteers, all the performers, and last but not the least, all of our friends who have helped us a lot in finalizing our work within the limited time frame. Let us give them a big applause for all their help. We also want to recognize all our sponsors. Because of their generosity, we are capable to bring and deliver this world-class, knowledge-based information to our community. Without them, we cannot make it today. In conclusion, on behalf of the ACP Foundation, we wish you all a great Thanksgiving holiday and a peaceful and prosperous 2021. Thank you all for attending this year's events, and I hope that we are back to a normal venue next year with everyone. Till 2021 ACP MetroCon. We look forward to meeting you next year. Finally, stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you all.
谢谢，再一次感谢袁杰。就像袁杰刚才所说的，我们这一次的大会的主题呢是团结一致健全社区。我们也在这里遇见了最好的你们。在过去的一周时间里面，我们有很多精彩的回顾。那也再一次感谢线上以及今天到场的所有的朋友，再一次感谢你们。马上就是感恩节了，提前祝大家感恩节快乐，也祝大家晚安，谢谢你们。
That concludes our 2020 ACP MetroCon. Thanks for coming out tonight, everyone, and have a good night.
See you next year. Bye.